Hello and welcome back to Nagasaki. Yes, we're back in here now. I took a little break because editing these just takes so long. So I do just want to explain because it didn't really go down well. I thought it would. I thought it'd be quite fun and interesting, but the wider audience didn't seem to really enjoy it. So I will explain. What I did is I released a Let's Play. You may have seen it. It was just a bit of fun, bit of a laugh, bit of enjoyment. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I will be doing it again because it's fun and it's nice to have a little break in between rushing these out, spending weeks and weeks trying to get like 4 or 5 episodes ready, so I've got a regular upload schedule. So I will be doing that again, but I'm also doing a little something else as well. Just short little episodes, little clip show things that are going to be also randomly placed. Again, these take ages to do, and I don't want to leave it so there is nothing for you to see. On a weekly basis. I want to have a regular upload schedule. The other thing that kind of causes the issue with the upload schedule is currently, as you know from previous videos, I'm in the process of buying a new home. It is a lengthy process, but there will be a big gap when the move happens, whether it's setting up the internet or actually completing the move itself. So I do apologize if there is a little bit of a gap. I'm trying my hardest to get things up and ready as quickly as I can. The other thing that I'm looking to do at the moment is finally get Tokyo University assets finished. Yes, I've been working on other assets for Nagasaki, for other people, for commissions, stuff like that, but I also want to get the Tokyo University assets done. Now, I released a thing on my Patreon a couple of days ago, maybe a week, depending on when this video goes live. Could be a couple of weeks of how it's looking now, and that we really are ready. So in the next couple of weeks, when at recording of this video, or already maybe, that will actually be up on Patreon as a fully functioning campus set of buildings. So I'm really happy about that. That's going to be cool. Again, takes up a lot of time to do, and it's a lot of effort, but I enjoy it. Anyway, I just wanted to get that by, let people know that yes, I did a random sort of vanilla-ish Let's Play, but it's not taking over the channel. That's not what I'm changing to. That was just for fun and enjoying it. And again, I did enjoy it, and I really did hope you do too. It's something different, something a bit more fun, and some people can just randomly watch. They're really quick and easy to do. You can see why some people will bang out like 3 or 4 of them in a week easy. I record it in one day, edit it in one day, and upload it in one day. Easy peasy. Where with Nagasaki, I record over the course of a week and a half, edit in the course of just over a week. Rendering takes forever, and then I've got to upload it and then get it all ready. And I have to do that earlier as well from patrons, so get it uploaded for them so they can see it before it goes live on the channel. It just takes time. It's a lot of effort, and as well in Nagasaki, there are building some assets that I'm making for the areas because they don't exist on the workshop. With that in mind, there are 3 for this episode. Yes, 3 assets going live in this episode, which is really cool. There was one multi-tenant style building which I'm releasing, which I'm really happy with. You do need to sub to the service blocks as well, or the service cubes, depending on how you want to say it, but that's going live as well, and it is such a lovely building, and I really hope you do enjoy everything I'm releasing for this. But that's enough rambling and enough nonsense. It's been over 3 minutes. Let's talk about what I'm making. So last week, or last episode, I shouldn't say last week, it was last episode, I finished building part of the sports centre area. So it was the last sort of quarter to make the first half. So second quarter, first half ending. And that was great fun. It was really cool. But I wanted to do something a little bit more down to earth, a bit more easier, something I don't have to put so much effort into. So I decided to build this little strip, which is just leading on to where I'm going to build next in the next episode. And that was my first inkling. Oh, something a bit more easier, a bit more simpler, and it really wasn't. Like I said, ended up having to build 3 assets for it. I had to do a lot of random custom work, but you know what? It was worth it, and it was just so much fun to do this. I love this whole thing. I put a lot of personal touches on it. Like I built my own sort of graphical building, all in game, so that's not an asset, but like Sakura's head office, as it were. And the textures were provided by Ziga Engraving. So they did them ages ago actually, but I finally managed to put them down, and it looks so cool. Kind of sits nicely amongst or next to the petrol station, which is also a custom build I do in this, which you will also see. And on the other side, you've got a nice little a little nod to one of my Patreons who subbed to me while I was building this build. So I managed to get into it in time, stick a building in for them. Now, on screen now, I'm just starting this basic area, and we're just kind of just putting down buildings, to be honest. It was at this point I realized that the scale was as off as it actually was, and I ended up having to move things. So you'll see a lot of the time there's at one point a really big gap behind the buildings, and then all of a sudden it's tiny and there's hardly anything up, and that's because I ended up moving things. As you can see, that gap is quite big. By the time I'm done, it's just a lot smaller because we just end up moving it and making it look more proper. And that's a common thing you'll see in my videos when I try to sort of eyeball it and end up having to move it and change it and move things around, but it's fine. It doesn't bother me. It's all part of the fun and the enjoyment of trying to do this. Again, it comes down to I thought I had the scale right when I built the map, and I was slightly off. That's my fault, but you know, I don't really mind, to be honest, because again, it's fun. I've enjoyed the build. I really am loving this. It just takes a while to do each episode, but every time I finish and I render and I watch the episode over before going live, I always think to myself, this is amazing. I really did enjoy it, and you know, I really hope you do too. Asset number one is just gone down. It's a lovely house. Is available in the workshop. As you can see, I've put these lovely little stats down the side. You'll see that for all three of them as I do, so you can get a bit of an idea of what they are. It's a residential house. It's the exact house that is actually here in that exact spot in Nagasaki. I couldn't find anything to fit there that looked quite good, so I actually just went in and made that house down to the last little details, and I really enjoyed it. It does look nice. I'm not overly used to making sort of low-end residential, but yeah, it was fun to do, and that is available on the workshop as of today, or as of the video release, because I say today my Patreons will be watching this ahead of schedule, and they've already probably got the assets already. So obviously for public release, the assets will be available today while this video is going live. In this bit in actual Nagasaki here, there's like a car park, but again, because of the building scales and stuff like that, there wasn't enough space to really make it work. So what I ended up doing is taking that function and the idea of a car park that is actually there, and turning it into something a little bit different, and you'll see that in a moment. I say different, it's still a park, so it's still not a park, but people still park there. Well, they don't, but it's meant to look like they do, and it just makes it sort of fit that area a bit more, and it wouldn't work. And I think it just, I don't know, tell me what you think. You see it in a bit, you'll tell me exactly what you think. So there you are. I'm putting down motorbikes because I just felt like you see them around a lot, and there's nowhere really for them to go apart from these really big parking spaces. So we built this custom little park for them to stick them in. And again, like I said, I think it really looks nice. I think it does work and functions quite nicely. And yeah, sorry, I'm going off on tangents. This Passimo sign, I don't know who did it. I don't know where it came from, but thank you. It's amazing, and you'll see me place it a few times. I think it's great. I am more of a Passimo fan over Suico personally, but that's just my personal preference, and it's what I used. I know it's got both cards on it, but Passimo is the way forward. Anyway, gonna leave you to a little video of me building just as I go, and I will chime in a little later on because, to be honest, I'm massively overwhelmed by this build. I do so much. There's so much to go through, but it's better that you see it and you get a better idea of what I've actually accomplished and what I've done in this build, and then I'll let you know all the information I need to. Enjoy. Okay, I've mentioned it many times, but I love working on levels here, and this is something I'm doing here, where I'm going to build this nice little car park up the top here, and really get to play with levels. And this whole area is going to enable me to do that. And when we finish this area off, you'll see the amount of levels that are in Nagasaki. It's not a flat plane. There is so much, and I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. It looks great, and it just enables me to be able to really play with these things and try something new, and it's been amazing. And yeah, I just wanted to say that. I honestly did. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so this big building here, this shop, I do actually end up changing that, which you'll see in the cinematics. It's the same building, so a different skin, which I did for one of my Patreons. So you get to see that in the cinematics. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. We had a long conversation about what we wanted and what he was looking for, and that's what we come up with in the end. But now I'm going to go next to it and start building that petrol station or gas station for my American friends out there. And this was fun to do because I ended up having to just take a load of shell buildings and completely butcher them, take them apart and mess about in PO to get all the bits I actually needed to get this to function, function more to look the way I wanted it to look. I then had to go and do some custom textures for some PO to manage to get the signs where I want them, that type of thing. And it was a really fun build. I did enjoy doing it. It was just time consuming. I would have rather, you know, that asset be available, but it wasn't. So I had a choice. I could either make it myself or I could sit around in PO and do it in PO. And the PO option was a lot easier and a lot quicker to do than to play back in Blender and really build the asset myself. So I love the way it turned out. I'm really happy with it. Next to that is going to be the Sakura office, which we'll also see in a moment. And then we're going to jump onto the other side of the road where you're going to see asset number 2 get placed down. And again, as I said, they're all available on the workshop today as of this video going live on whichever platform you're watching on. Okay, and here we are. This is asset number 2. This is a Yamaha store from Nagasaki in this exact point here. And it's just a Yamaha bike store. So I've made it as it's open at the bottom, as you can see. You can kind of look through the glass, doors look like they're open. You can go in and decorate the inside. So I have textured a bit of the inside, not by much. I've not done a lot, but we're going to be able to go in there, put some bikes in, which you'll see me do in a moment. So apologies for the camera getting a little close at some points, but I need it to be able to get inside and place what I want to place, but they look amazing. The asset in the end just kind of works with all those bikes everywhere. So again, that is available in the workshop, and I really hope you enjoy it. It was fun to make. It was not really a hard one to make, but it was very fun all the same. I did enjoy it. Okay, and here we are. This is the final asset. It's quite a large building. It's the Park Avenue building from Nagasaki. It does function as offices, residential, and commercial, which is great. But you do need service cubes to do it. But anyway, I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We are right at the end now. Cinematics are coming up. Thank you very much for joining me. If you loved it, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you're new, leave a comment. I'd love to read them and I'd love to reply to them. If you wish to support me, my Patreon link is down below. I thank all my patrons, as I always do. You guys have been amazing. You really sort of like supported me throughout my journey here on YouTube and through the Nagasaki build and along with the stuff I've done beforehand. So thank you very much, and I really hope to see you all here again very soon as we jump into what's going to be a really cool little park build. It's going to be fun. Have yourself a nice one and enjoy the rest of your day.